Hello everyone. Don't mind my hair, it's a little bit of a mess. I just took a last minute shower because we are preparing for Hurricane Milton to hit us tonight or early hours of tomorrow. So I am located in Central Florida, specifically Claremont area. And even though this storm seems to have shifted south, it still kind of puts us in an area where they're saying we could get over 10 inches of rain. Wind gusts, oh my gosh. Wind gusts over 70, 80 miles an hour. I think they said up to 110. So it's still supposed to be rough. And I'm probably not going to get any sleep tonight because I'm going to have to keep an eye out to make sure everything is okay and no water's getting in. So far, I have brought in a lot of plants from my lanai. I mean, if you've watched this channel at all before now, you'll know that plants are a big thing for me. My cat is in the background playing with one of the plants. Anyways, I have like at least maybe 50 or 60 plants in our living room alone right now. It is a disaster in here, but we're gonna move everything kind of to the bathtub, I think, and a couple other areas just to get them out of the way. And it's just been a lot of prep work for the animals, so I'm just gonna talk as though you might not all have been here for previous videos, but I do breed crested geckos. So we have hatchlings and we have adult geckos here that I need to make sure are all prepped and ready, and I'm gonna get fresh food and everything made for them in case it's pretty expected at this point that we're gonna lose power. That's what they're making it sound like anyways. So I've gotta make sure that I have all their food prepped and everything before we lose any type of power or water or things like that. And then I also keep jumping spiders and fish, and I have a Pac-Man frog, a western hognose snake, and the cats. So it's been a lot of prep for them. Honestly, I've been doing a lot to take care of them, make sure they are going to be safe and okay and have everything that they need. Carriers ready, everything like that just in case. Plenty of food for them. We have several water, like one of the you know, those autofill water things. We have several of those for the cats. We have one of the little cat water fountains too. So all this stuff that we're just making sure is okay. We already have food prep as far as having like bread and things that won't go bad if we do lose power. And sandbags outside. So we flood on a normal rainy day here in Florida. Like literally comes right up over our lanai and sometimes under our door that goes to the lanai and into our living room. So we really have to take it seriously when we're supposed to get a lot of rain. Some areas not so much here, depending on how the property is, but where we are, it floods. So we had to get a lot of sandbags. I lined the front of our lanai and then also put some against like our sliding glass door and also the door that comes into the living room here. So that's all prepped and everything. I will literally show you in a minute how many plants are in here. It's crazy. I hope you're not expecting to see a very neat and clean space because like it's definitely not. Things are really hectic right now because I had to bring everything inside to make sure nothing was going to become airborne and blow away, and yeah, we don't want any of that. So I've just been drinking my espresso this morning. Look how cute this is. Little Bambi. It's really cute. I know I don't do a lot of like vloggy type videos, but occasionally, and I would like to make more of them because I personally like watching vlogs. But I figure today, this is what we're gonna do. It's not much else I can film today. So it's gonna be some storm prep. I am going to bake some cookies. I'm pretty excited about that. It's like become kind of a hurricane tradition for me. I make my fiance and I some cookies because, well, if you lose power, you can always eat cookies, right? And I also have a neighbor here, and I know that she's alone for the storm, and we don't finish all the cookies that we usually make. So I'm gonna bring her some cookies as well before things really get going out there. And hopefully she'll be happy to have some cookies. Maybe that'll be a little comforting for her. And that's basically that. So I'm gonna just film as I go about prep and my day and everything. And if that's not your thing, then you might want to leave this video now. But if you like these types of videos, then let's hang out. So here, look how many plants are in, look at Gigi, are in our living room right now. We have stuff everywhere. Our table's a disaster because I had to pick up a lot of stuff to put up there. There's a lot. And my bathroom is still packed full of plants from when Helene just hit, what, 2 weeks ago? So, yeah. I had a feeling. Something told me, let's not do all this work and bring everything outside just yet. It seems like things are really active out there as far as, you know, tropical storms go. So, and I'm glad I kind of listened to my gut, because here we are again having to do all this. And then I'm peeking through my blinds right now, but you can see out there we have sandbags against the door there. I could not move this plant. This plant has its vines, or not its vines, its roots have kind of secured it to the side there and to our lights. I'm gonna keep an eye out just to make sure that doesn't go anywhere, but that pot right there weighs about 65 pounds. So it might be okay. I don't know about everything else. I want to point, but I'm right behind the camera. The shelving right there was okay the last time. I think it was it during Irma? I don't remember when. One of the hurricanes, we put it down on its side and ended up being okay. But you can see right there, I put the edge of the sandbag over it to keep it a little more grounded and secure. So we're just going to keep an eye on it, but I don't think that's going to go anywhere. It is fairly heavy, and with that on top of it, it's a little more secure, like I said. You see it's getting a little windy out there. Now you can see just from the rain that we've had the last couple of days, like the water does get in here. So we do have to keep an eye, because this hallway does flood as well. It's only 76 degrees out here, which for some people might sound really warm, but for us that's fairly cool. But it's definitely getting breezy, very breezy, and it's only, what time is it right now? It is Wednesday, October 9th. It is 12:04. You can see those clouds are moving. They've already had, I think it was 2 tornado touchdowns in Central Florida, so fun stuff. Obviously, I'm not really serious, but yeah, gotta have a little bit of humor when it comes to dealing with these things. It feels really nice out here, though. I'm sure that's going to change, given the circumstances. I'm watching the news now. I have it muted so that it wasn't in the background playing, but we are located right up here. It's beyond the live radar. But it's moved again. They're showing the tornado watches, but it's shifted now, like coming in closer down here, it looks like. I don't know. The tracks haven't been shifting like drastically, but they've definitely shifted. I am located right kind of where it says Kissimmee to the left of it, where that little corner is right there. That's the area that we are located. And we have the tornado watch, but yeah, we're still covered. We're like on the edge of where the tornado watch is currently, and they said this is going to expand. Yeah, so we are in this area now. Well, it's gone now, but it's the 7 to 10 inches of rain or more. So we are in the worst area. We don't have to worry about storm surge. Obviously, we are more inland. But as far as flood potential from the rain, we are in the worst area currently, unfortunately. So even though this thing moved south and further away from us, originally the eye was coming like right through us. now that it's moved more south, they're saying that's actually worse news for us as far as the rainfall goes. So, yeah, I'm glad I got these sandbags. Like I said, we flood on a normal day, so gonna be interesting to say the least. I've slowly started moving some plants out of here, and Gigi still has his face in all of them. Gigi, some of those are cactuses. You don't want your face in those. I took a couple of the bigger plants. They're in my bathtub right now. Zoomed out too far. And grabbed a couple of like the bromeliads that were in here. Anything else that could fit in that bathtub. And then I'm gonna have to go and make space in a few other spots to put the rest of these. Previously, I had used the trunk of my car, believe it or not, for some of these. I had shut them in there and that worked really well. But I'm a little afraid, depending on how warm it's going to get, that it will kill some of my plants if they are in there. So I'm a little hesitant, but I guess as the day goes on, if it starts cooling down even further, I might not have any other options. So I might just have to put some in the trunk of my car. But we're gonna see if we can fit anything else. I'm actually working on the cookies right now. I am baking cookies. They're like these Oreo Pillsbury cookies. So I don't know, they smell good, they look pretty good. It only makes 12 big cookies, so gonna bring probably like at least 4 or 5 of those ones, and then some chocolate chip cookies over to my neighbor so that she can enjoy some of those. But yeah, this is where we're at right now. We have a lot more work to do. We also, I just noticed, have a tornado warning. That's lovely. Although we're not really Polk County, we are, I think my parents are in Polk County, we are in Lake County. So it depends where it's moving to. This could shift up to Lake County if it is moving up in this direction, if it's moving northward. So we shall see. All right, we have some cookies done. So these are just regular chocolate chip. These ones are actually going to my neighbor. I'm gonna bring them to her. Bigger. These are supposed to be cookies and cream, so these are going to her as well. And we have our own, but we really don't need like 20 plus cookies. All right, so we have, it's showing a different one right now, but we are also under a tornado warning now. The window that we are in, it's not what it's showing right now, but it is about 20 minutes south of Davenport, and Davenport is about 25 minutes from us. And it looks to be heading like kind of northwest towards our direction, so we're just keeping an eye on that now. Obviously we are inside and everything, and we don't have anything else to do outside. I already brought my neighbor her cookies that I made for her. She was very happy, so I'm happy. And now we are just hunkering down, and I'm taking care of stuff inside until this all passes. Alright, well it is only, what time? 3:10. And it is already raining and raining, and I can't believe how much the water is already piling up around here. And we are what? Still like, I think another what, 6, 7, 8 hours from this hurricane being anywhere near us, and the ground is just saturated outside. Not great, not great. All right, so we are under another tornado warning, and this time, like, you can hear the wind whistling. It's kind of quieted down, maybe. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know, for a second, like, everything was blowing sideways. Alright, so I just got some food made for the geckos. If you don't know anything about crested geckos, they eat like this. This is kind of like their staple formula. They get insects on the side too every now and then. But this is Pangea. It is like this. You add water to this powder. It smells like banana bread, this one. This one is like a fig and insect flavor one, and they love it. But yeah, we have dishes for the adults and these little lids are actually from Gatorade bottles, and they actually work really well for the little hatchlings. The hatchlings hardly eat much. They're little itty bitty things. But yep, prepped food for them, so we're gonna go ahead and put those inside of their little enclosures, and that way they'll be prepped for the storm. That's Chance. She is a lily white crested gecko. What a pretty girl. You can see her nest box down here because she actually is the one who lays eggs for us. Check. So handsome. And this is Harley. Hey, pretty girl. She is actually a frog butt, meaning she dropped her tail when she was younger before we got her. Crested geckos can drop their tails for any numerous reasons. They can drop it at random sometimes. And they do not grow their tails back, and we call those frog butts. But it doesn't affect them negatively. Totally fine. We got her when she had already dropped it, and we just thought she was super cute. Show you how tiny the babies are. Here's one. You can see next to my finger how tiny this little guy is. Sleepy. Get your food. And this girl ate a few days ago, so she doesn't need to get fed again now, but I did give her some fresh water in here with some Reptisafe to make sure it was safe for her. She is a western hognose snake. Her name is Octavia. Hi girl. So you gonna feed me? You're not due to be fed yet. I'm not gonna feed her. I mean, she's not due to be fed for another couple days anyways, but because of the risk of a power outage and the fact that I don't know how much cooler it will stay if that happens, because it has not been as hot as usual here in Florida with the storms going on. But because of that, it can affect their digestion, so I will not be feeding her until I am sure that we are going to have some consistently warmer temperatures for her to digest her food. So for now, she has her fresh water. She has been fed recently, and yeah, that's it. Look how cute she is. What you doing, girl? I got her this witchy snake. Hi, girlie. Oh, there's a frog jumping on my carpet. Do you see that? Oh. These, I guarantee, came in on the plants. Oh, it's in my bathroom. Okay, we're gonna go get the frog. These frogs are super common down here. And it probably came in on one of my plants that I brought inside to stay out of the storm. But I do not want my cats catching him or her, so we're gonna go release this little one outside. They're so cute. My goodness, you can see how much water is already starting to come in. Look at this cutie. Hi. You got a hair on you from my carpet. Very cute. So I'm gonna let this guy go out here. I'm guaranteeing I'm gonna find more frogs and lizards, etc. coming out of those plants as the night goes on. It is windy. But let's let this friend go. Alright. There they go. And now we go back inside. Doesn't give me much hope for later on, unfortunately. I feel like, because you can see, maybe if it focuses, the water's already streaming and running through our parking lot. And a little bit later, I'm pretty sure that is all gonna flow in through this way here. I already pushed my trash can back here. We can't bring them in apparently, but I pushed it back there. You can hear the wind, I think. Pushed it back here so that the wind can't catch it as much as it would have been if it was still right there. So we'll see. Hopefully that keeps it from blowing around as much as it would have. All right, so Froggy Friend has been re-released where it will not get harmed by our kitties. It's still a mess, obviously. Look at all the soil everywhere. But there's a little less. I was vacuuming a little bit over here. But I got rid of the second towel that was down here and the plants that were on there, and I've started condensing some of it and moved some more plants onto the tables and such that we had to bring inside. But we still have all of this. I am thinking I might have no choice but to put some of this in my trunk of my car. As you can see, it's kind of dark outside anyways, so I think it should be fine. Let's see, what does it say for the temperature over there? I'm using my camera because I can't see that far. It's only 73 degrees outside. So I honestly think everything should be fine out there. So that is what I am going to do. So I'm going to have to brave the rain again. I'm already soaked just from that couple of seconds I stood out there putting the frog out. But we're going to go ahead and put these in the trunk to get some more room in here. So I just managed to move out most of the rest of what was here. Now we just have a few of the bigger planters here that I have to figure out, but the rest are now in my car. You can see I am absolutely drenched. This is a light gray shirt, typically. It is absolutely pouring outside right now. Oh my gosh. And it's very windy. I just broke one of my umbrellas trying to use it out there, and so I gave up so that I could just get the plants to the car as quickly as possible, and this is the result. So beautiful. Right, I am back in some dry, clean PJs, and I'm just glad that it's cool enough that I didn't get all sweaty because my shower is completely full of plants right now too. So that was the point of me showering early this morning, so that I would not need to do that all over again, and I could put the plants there and not have to worry. But luckily I am okay. I am just, yeah, rain. But we're all okay. So I'm watching the news right now, and there is a tornado warning in Orange County now. So, and it is just east of the Disney property, is what they were saying. Yeah, it is. Orange County has actually had multiple tornado warnings now. So it's crazy. The storm is already crazy, and the thing is not making landfall still for like over 5 more hours. So it'll be very interesting tonight. I'm still thinking I might try to take a nap so that I can stay up and keep an eye on everything, but I don't know that I'll be able to with all these alerts and everything going off. So we will have to see. Yeah. Literally just about to speak and Alexa went off. Alexa, notification.
One new notification from Amazon. U.S. National Weather Service has issued a flash flood warning for 4 Corners. It'll be in effect until October 9th, 6:15 p.m. ET.
Okay, so flash flood warning. I do like the fact that she does the weather alerts. Excuse me, but however, she does repeat the same alerts sometimes over and over again. Sometimes she's really good about that and she doesn't, but today especially, like, I will ask what the notification is and she'll give it to me, and then like a few seconds later she'll give another one and nothing's changed. It's the same exact notifications. So I guess better over notified than under, right? That's how I plan to stay sane if we do lose power for a while. This is my new favorite thing. It is my Kindle Paperwhite. You see my little dust plug here? I thought it was so cute. I definitely went with like a dragons and plants theme here. So there you go. That is my Kindle Paperwhite. Super cute. I love Can you see? There you go. I love the little pop socket on it. I thought it was adorable. And then let's see, hold on. The sleeve I got from Etsy, and yeah, somebody handmade this. I thought it was super cute. It goes perfectly with the theme that I have going on. I think it was called like Garden Dragons or something like that. I'll try to link the Etsy shop down below in the not the comments, oh my gosh, the description, in case anyone is interested. But it doesn't have like a zipper or button or anything like that. But honestly, my Kindle fits in here just snug enough with the case that it wouldn't fall out from what I've experienced. Perhaps if you don't have a case and you're using something like the paperweight or smaller, yeah, it probably would slide on out, but I don't have that issue with this, with the case on and everything. But I have a lot of books, some new ones, some that I'm in the middle of. I'm actually reading The Night Circus right now. Excuse me. I'm loving it so far, but that's what I'm reading, so I'll probably finish that at some point. Aside from that, I plan on playing around on my Switch. I've been playing Ark Survival Evolved on my Switch and having a good time of that, so yeah. You can see the water is actually building up out there. That is not quite to my ankles, but I was standing out there putting things in my car. It was pretty deep already. Oh my, Gigi. The nosy boy. What are you doing? What's up there? I know it's rainy. Hi. He's so cute. Our cats don't really mind the storms too much. Well, okay. 2 of them don't. My boy Milo absolutely gets a little bit anxious in storms, and he always wants to, oh my gosh, look at the dust. He always wants to jump up on the bed or the couch and snuggle whenever it gets really stormy out. I don't even know where Milo is right now. What is it, Gigi? What's going on out there? What is that? Oh my goodness, it's so windy and rainy, huh? Yes. What is this? How are you so cute? How are you so cute? I just went to check for Milo, and he is actually napping on our bed with my fiance right now, so super cute. And then Opal is up on the tower. She's so cute. I know, Gigi, there's so much stuff in here right now. What a mess. It's a little less messy than it was, but there's still obviously a lot of stuff in here that normally isn't. So yeah, unfortunately we are there. So we were in the extreme for the flood threat. Thursday, tomorrow, a little less. We're like in the possible area, but yeah, tonight, I mean, it's already starting to flood a bit, and like I said, the storm's not even here, so I am not surprised. Alright, well, I'm just gonna keep the news on in the background just to stay informed, and I'm gonna be playing my Switch. I have my Switch Lite. Like I said, I'm going to be playing Ark. I love this case. It's one of the Animal Crossing cases. I don't remember the brand. But it makes me think of a Pop-Tart. I don't know if you're going to know what I'm talking about, but it does. It's cute. I call it the Pop-Tart case. And I have the yellow light here. So I love the light. I don't know, I love handheld. I love laying in bed and cozy and with my blankets and just playing on this. That's probably why I love my Kindle so much too. But my fiance has the OLED Switch, and he much prefers to use the TV screen to play, and he loves the big size of the screen in handheld mode too. But I mean, for me, this is good. If they release a newer version of the Lite with a bigger screen, that would be cool too. But I think everyone's waiting to see if they're gonna announce a new Switch. Hopefully soon we'll hear something about it, but for now I am happy with my Switch, and I am gonna be just sitting here and playing games. I have everything plugged in, including the phone that I'm recording on right now. Any electronic that I am using is plugged in while I use it, because I do not want to waste any battery just in case we lose power, just because every time they're talking about it in the news. Like, we're in an area where it's just to be expected, basically. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go play my game, and I'll check back in as the night goes on, I guess. It's super random, but I guess not really, because there's a hurricane coming. My mom, a little while back, had gifted us this right here. This is a NOAA weather radio. This is awesome. This thing is really great. I highly recommend getting one of these if you are in an area that gets storms like this and, you know, have a risk of losing power too. So it has like a built-in flashlight there. It has an AM FM radio, so you can listen to like any like weather related alerts and things like that too. And it is on. It will alert you to warnings and things like that. It has, let me see, hold on. Oh, I can't. This is hard to do with one hand. On this side over here, there is a place to charge, like a USB charging port right there. You can charge like a phone or something like that off of this, which is great. It has an SOS thing built in. Let's see here. The antenna and everything is at the top here. And there is a solar charging panel on it, which is really nice. And it moves like this. And you can turn, if you want to sit this, there's a light right there. So if you want to sit this somewhere and need a light, there you go. It's really bright too, so I'm not going to turn it on right now. And then, let's see here. There is, I'm trying to open it, but it won't open. It takes batteries. There's batteries in the back that you can use, or it's rechargeable. There's different ways to do it. There's also, on the back, a hand crank too, so you can use the hand crank to get this up and running in an emergency if it runs out of battery. So just really nice. And like, look at it, this thing is not very big at all. It's really compact compared, oh my gosh, it's really compact for all of the things that it can do. So just really nice and easy to take with you places if you are like traveling in an emergency, or go like camping or anything like that, if you're more outdoorsy than I am. But little handle there too. Just a really, really like convenient little thing to have on hand if you are in an area that gets some severe weather. So yeah, just thought I would mention it because I always thought it was a really cool little doodad. All right, so it is after 7 o'clock now. They're saying landfall is in the next like hour and a half to 2 hours, somewhere around 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30. So yay. And it's looking like 2 a.m. as far as when it's gonna be like directly over us, maybe a little earlier than that, so we're waiting to see. But it's getting like pretty dark out there now. The wind is definitely howling a bit more now, and we do have a flash flood warning again, which I am the most worried about that a bit, because we've had so much rain already. Like I mentioned earlier that we flood on a regular afternoon with the storms here in Florida, and there is so much rain and there's so much water already on the ground, and this thing hasn't even made landfall yet. So we're gonna have to see what happens later tonight, but that's why I want to be awake and make sure I can keep an eye out. But yeah, you can definitely hear, like, we'll hear the windows like kind of creak and everything. And like I said, it's like you can literally hear it like whistling and howling, the wind, every once in a while, which I know is gonna get like way louder later tonight. So yeah, anyways, just wanted to check back in. And I got my comfy on now because we're keeping it a little cooler in the apartment right now just in case we lose power. We live in Florida, so you know, it heats up here, and so that's the biggest problem with losing power, unfortunately, aside from losing food, of course. But yeah, so I'm all cozy now and just waiting until this thing actually hits. Alright, it's just after 8 o'clock now, and they said it's supposed to make landfall within the hour, it looks like now, but I just think I got a little bit of footage in just from our hallway, how windy it is out here, and it's just raining and raining. So I mean, if it's this windy now, I'm really curious about what this is gonna look like in another few hours. So we're gonna have to wait and see, I guess. Still have power, but don't want to jinx it. It's flickered a couple times now, but we'll see. It's 11:07 p.m. right now, and the worst of it is supposed to hit in another 2 to 3 hours, they said. This is actually fairly mild compared to what it was earlier for a little bit. Luckily our power has only flickered a couple of times, but we'll see. Alright, time for another quick update. I know I've been a mess like this whole video, but it is what it is. So it is a little after 2 a.m. now, and we're at our peak, and the wind is very, very, very strong out there, very loud right now. And we still have flash flood warnings like every few minutes or so. My cats have found 3 different frogs now that have come into my plants. I have been able to save 2 of them. Unfortunately, we lost one. It was very sad. But I'm looking every time they are paying attention too closely to something. Typically that means they found another one. But I think they're still looking for the other one. They don't realize I removed it from my book pile over here that it hid inside of. So that little one is safe. He or she is outside now, just like the other one I rescued. Anyways, so I'm really tired and I'm thinking about going to bed, but it is very, very loud, and there's still constant like warnings and watches and things like that. And so I'm just keeping an eye and hoping it starts getting a little bit better so that it's a little safer to go to sleep. My fiance already went to bed. He has a medication that'll like knock him straight out, so he needed to take his meds. But yeah, so now I'm just still watching the news. I played some games earlier on my Switch, like I said. Pretty much have just been following the news and catching up with friends and family and seeing how everyone is doing. And keeping an eye on everything with the apartment. Now, the only real issue that this just happened, I went to close some of the blinds, and when I closed the blinds on, I'll show you, hold on, give me a second. There's the blinds in this window over here. You can see it looks a little dirty because all of this like brown water was suddenly all over the blinds. I went to close them and they were just soaked. And it all dripped down. I tried to wipe it away, but like I'm tired. I'm gonna have to do it more thoroughly tomorrow. But it's all leaking from the top of the window and the sides of the window here. All this like rusty looking water. So that's great. I knew it sounded like it was creaking, like it was making a very, very loud creaky sound. Oh. Talking about our area right now in the rain. We're like right there. But anyways, I knew it was making some odd sounds and it sounded like something was loose. So, I mean, luckily there's nothing like pouring down underneath. The windowsill is actually, believe it or not, clear. I don't know if it's because when the blinds are open, they're all kind of touching the actual window glass, and so the blinds themselves were catching all the water that was leaking in. I don't know if now that they are closed we will see it down in the sill, so we're gonna have to keep an eye out. I'll take a more thorough look in the morning, I think, but we'll have to see. This is the first time we've ever noticed that with any of our windows. The other two don't seem to have any issue. It's just that one, so who knows. They're talking about the power outages right now. So in our area, we are under the 72,000 outages. They're talking about the wind gusts. I don't even know what ours were. I thought ours were like in the 70s, maybe. But they haven't really showed. Oh, wait. So this is recent. So we're somewhere around, I think, where the 63 is. I think so. It's overall, it seems like it's calming down, like it feels that way, but then the next thing you know, you get this really strong gust, and I swear the windows are like bowing like inward. And if you step outside, like I had to go out there to release the frogs, like it's just crazy looking outside. Also, I have one of those Ring cameras, and I don't know if anyone has one or know how it works, but anyways, when you have a Ring camera, mine is like the peephole camera on our door, there's like an app, and it connects you with all of your neighbors that have the Ring app, and they have their own cameras, etc. They can upload videos of things that their camera catches or whatever, and people can just post random things. And the number of posts coming through being like, hey, like, is this store open, or can I get Chipotle right now, or where can I get some Chinese food? And yes, a couple of them are obviously just joking and trolling, but there are so many that are serious that it's just like, listen, I get it. When you're in and you can't go anywhere, you want all the goodies and stuff that you don't have suddenly. and you want to go everywhere else suddenly, but come on now. I'm just cautiously but pleasantly surprised that this power is still on. I was not at all expecting to keep power today or tonight. Today, I guess it is today now, it's morning. And it was flickering, like I said, quite a bit earlier. We had like a couple really close calls, and we did lose internet a couple of times, but it has definitely gotten a bit better. All right, so it's the morning after the storm now, so I just figured we were gonna take a walk around the complex. We did manage to keep power aside from it going out like periodically. But anyways, we're just gonna walk around the complex and see what the damages are, and I'm gonna film a bit so we can see how things look around here. Our hallway is full of leaves. It's really nice and cool out right now though. Oh. Yeah, our bushes are gone. Womp womp. Alright, I'm gonna check my vehicle real fast for any damages. These are our friends here. They always visit. I'm glad you guys stayed safe during the storm. See all the big branches down. Alright, let's keep walking. See ya. There's a lot of cleanup. Yeah, it all kind of came off up there. Oh boy, yeah, it's like all the pieces are down here. And over there. They're already doing a lot of cleanup around here. We just passed a neighbor that said he had a lot of shingles come off of the roof. But you can see all the piles that they are making. All the branches, there's a lot of branches still hanging, so we gotta avoid some of these areas just in case. Alright, well we have a brand new pond, river, whatever you want to call this, in our complex. It's completely under water. The roads over here, the streets. And that is, I mean, I'd say about knee deep in some of these areas out over here and across. And they have it all coned off so that nobody tries to drive through this. But, yep. Got a tree that's broken in half on top of the roof right there. And then this tree is barely hanging on over there. There's another tree over here, and this one's a pretty big one, and it's getting ready to go. It's really at an angle, as you can see. Man. Well, see, this one is ripped from the ground. It's like completely ripped up the pavement here. And it's leaning on this other tree. Well, I'm glad it didn't land on the roof here, but I'm a little worried that with the wind it'll move again. Yeah, I know. Don't touch it.
Looks like what saved this sand that's blown everywhere.
Yikes. Hopefully they take care of that so there's no risk to the people living underneath it. Alright, so we are back in now from walking around. So I filmed a lot. This is going to be a long vlog, so it is what it is, but yeah. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been better. I'm just glad it seems like everyone's okay. It sounds like everybody in our area at least is okay and didn't lose power, and everyone's working together now to get things cleaned up. So I'm gonna go and do the same thing and try to get our area situated as well, and that's that. So hope everyone is safe and doing well, and let me know, check in, let me know how you're doing. But hopefully you all are doing well and got through this okay. But yeah, anyways, I'll be back some point soon with another video. Until then, stay happy and stay healthy, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.